things. Alright, welcome yourselves to another little vloggy thing. We are heading over to Church of Belligerence. I can never say that word properly. Belligerence. By the end of this I might be able to say it properly. I've had a really rubbish day at work and therefore I'm in a bad mood, but that's probably a good thing for these guys. Apparently I should be expected to be sworn at and all sorts of things, so yeah, that's what we're doing right now.
Hello!
Hey, sorry I'm late.
That's okay. We're always late. Nice to meet you. Interview stuff here where you can ask the questions wherever you want.
Yeah.
You can use whatever you want. So that car, that Hyundai Excel that's in the driveway, that's actually going to be an art car eventually. But we just haven't had time to finish that. But that's
maybe next year.
Yeah, next year we're going to cut the roof off, put a bubble top on it. This is like the office where we do all of our. Like, I wanted to get like Liz to show you some of the stuff that we do in here, but she does all the graphic design and everything for the Bibles and stuff like that on the computer there.
Oh yeah.
And the printers, the new Richard got me into the printer stuff. Like Richard's from the UK, but we've been talking since last year's latest one. He sent me this thermal detonator from the UK. That's printed on the same printer that I've got, and at the moment I'm printing like a Sith mask on that. Huh. But this runs pretty flat out, just doing different things.
That's crazy.
So, yeah, and then the Bibles. I can show you the Bibles. It's we've done them the last 2 years in a row, but they're just like our own little schedule of events for the church. Because we never get everything into the What the Fuck magazine, because we generally got something on every day at the church. So that's the first year that we did the church. So we did like the David Bowie night was when David Bowie died, and we always do the fire thing. We've always got fire. We did the Kate Bush dance, and the corn of the cob. We just do corn. Huckleberries did that last year, and so we were thinking about quitting the corn thing, but then they're not coming this year, so we're still doing it. Yeah, they're not coming. And Black Mass, which is our metal night. And then the Banishing Cauldron was something that Pixie was doing, and yeah, that's the first year Bible, so it's like quite thin. They get thicker as the years go by. So I'm not moved. That's like, we don't like people throwing these away. So if they can come back to the church, it's great. We'll give them a beer if they bring it back, and then we hand it on to someone else. Okay. Generally, people keep these as collectibles. And this was last year's one. So last year it was a little bit fatter again. We did the Fags in the Fast Lane film, which is my mate's film. That was pretty cool.
Bigotry and thunderous fires prevail. Find out in Fags in the Fast Lane.
And that was Colin's night, where he just played old school 60s and 70s rock. He was just a guy that used to come to the bar a lot, and he was like wanted to do his own night at the church, so we did that. And then this year Steen's going to do something like that, but he's doing like punk, like dirty fucking rockers night.
Where do you get like a lot of the inspiration for this stuff?
That's a good question. I don't really know. It's kind of like, I suppose, the whole philosophy of the Church of Belligerence is just to take the piss out of religion, because we think it's sort of like a defunct thing, that it's an archaic thing that doesn't really belong in. Doesn't really have. We don't really put too much faith in actual religion itself, but it's kind of like bringing that down in a way, because it's kind of like a little bit convoluted. There's like lots of money and stuff involved in it, and it's like why is religion and monetary things involved in religion? Like, it doesn't really make a lot of sense for spirituality to be connected with money. And it's the same thing with sort of things like Burning Man and Blazing Swan. They try to drop all the money side of things, like, and focus on people and that kind of stuff. So I suppose the philosophy of the church is it kind of aligns with a lot of the blaze and burning philosophies, and the ideas behind the artwork is just really, I suppose, mass culture and consumption, you know. Like, so we just throw a lot of imagery in there that's to do with what we're interested in. So if you look at the neon crucifix stuff, it's got a lot of imagery that's to do with the synthwave thing that's happening at the moment. So synthwave is a pretty big underground scene. Mm-hmm. So like there's a lot of producers involved in it, but it's still not really in the popular conscience in that sense. But all the imagery that we use in there, like the neon crucifix and the fonts and all that kind of stuff, and the glowing effects, is all so that synthwave vibe, which is it's a throwback to the 80s synth culture, but it's modernized. And then we just throw in like a, you know, an evil looking nun, that kind of thing. Lyra with Liz Mary was Liz's Lyra thing that she did, was so you just go down the church and then you ask for Liz to come and show you some Lyra stuff, which is the hoop, aerial hoop stuff. And she did that, and Liz did that page. And our friend Jenny did this page. Deliverance was like our rockabilly, sort of psychobilly swamp night thing that we did last year. Dead by Dawn was what we called the bar last year. And Dead by Dawn is kind of like what the Evil Dead, the second Evil Dead film was called that Sam Raimi did. Yeah. So there's a little bit of like Evil Dead imagery in there, but Dead by Dawn to me was kind of like how you feel after a big night at a bar, you know. We did a centerfold last year, and we just used a bunch of imagery from the church from the previous year. So like Liz and I are in there, and and there's Stuart and Tamarin who are core members, and Reese and Tiffany, all original core members that are in that centerfold picture. And then,
how big are you as a group?
Nah, we started out as like 4 couples. So it was 4 couples that started it, and we had a few helpers that just came along to help out once they found out what we were doing, you know, like friends and stuff sort of collaborated on it. So 4 couples originally, and then probably about 10 people that helped out doing odds and ends the first year. And then this year we've done it 2 years. So the second year we probably had, the first year was quite small, and the second year we probably had maybe 20 people helping out, including the couples, but then another 10 people kind of attached themselves onto the camp at the last minute. So we did the Sheep on the Spit last year, and the Coolin locals helped us do that. It was really good, it was popular. And Black Mass 2, so it's Stuart's night again, he does the death metal stuff. And the Corner of the Cob again, we had the nuns with flamethrowers as well, which was pretty cool. People like that stuff. Now we've got nuns with angle grinders. And we did the hot cross buns, which was, something Tamarin wanted to do. So we got like nuns with bun breasts there. And then the fire page again, we always do the fire. Fire is important at the church, like to always have like a fire out the front for people to gather around and just talk and stuff. So after the party's over, everyone just hangs around there. And then last year we did the humans versus zombies as well, which is like, I don't know if you guys have ever been involved in that stuff, but it's like people run around with Nerf guns, so you like select one person as a zombie, they go and infect people.
Oh, yes, I have seen a little bit.
So it was a mass, it became like a lot of people got involved in that. It was really popular. It actually went a lot better than I thought it would, and this year we're doing that again. So yeah, that was good fun. So that's what we're busy doing at the moment, is the new Bible. Yep. So that's what Liz is chucking together on. But this year, instead of all the collages, we used to do this with like 4 people would do all this work, but now we've got about 8 people, like artists, involved in doing different pages for this year. So that's going to be pretty cool. It's going to be a little bit different because it's more handcrafty, hand painted pages and stuff like that. Okay. So yeah, all this mess is now the stuff, creating our own and things, because it's quite expensive to get them from the States. So now we're building our own for people that can't afford to bring them over to the States. Like that I was showing you was about $600.
Jeez.
Yeah. So we just went down to J-Car and we found these cheap. We think we can modify them and probably make a cheaper. Angel, are you going to tell these guys about your broken nose?
Are you decent?
You look pretty decent.
I've got a broken nose.
So I guess like we're just trying to get an insight as to the effort that goes into it.
Sure. Okay, well we can do it. Nice lighting.
Yeah, give Liz another little piece.
I'm alright.
Got like a whole wardrobe going on.
Why do we do it? That's a very heavy question. Like, I did appreciate the glitter and all that kind of stuff, but I did appreciate the dark side.
Yeah.
And I didn't think that Blazing Swan had that kind of dark side to it.
Yeah, I guess it's something a bit different for you. Like, what you guys do is totally different to what other camps kind of do.
Yeah, so I feel like Blazing Swan needed that dark spot, and I'm glad to facilitate it.
So what do you actually do when you say that dark? What do you actually do at your camp?
So I'm the organizer, pretty much project manager.
So I see when you.
Yeah. So he comes up with the ideas, and then I try and organize them. So he's more practical minded, whereas I'm more logistical minded. And so anything that needs to be built, any rosters like bar rosters or just getting personnel in, and I kind of organise all that kind of stuff.
So how much effort goes into that as a job, right?
A lot.
Yeah.
So currently I'm a freelance production designer, so I work on films and things, but they're few and far between in Perth.
Yep.
So in my spare time, I'm just working on Blazing Swan. It's kind of like a part-time job.
Yeah, we're finding that.
Yeah.
You get home from your normal job and then you do like your Blazing Swan job.
Yeah.
Basically.
So what's your role in everything?
I'm kind of like a grinding
Yeah.
buddy. We've done a couple of grinding shows.
Yeah, we've probably
Grinding
done
nuns.
about 5 performances now at our fundraisers. And
So we've got like a little plate. Then we do like a little 5 minutes or something. Just
yeah,
grind
so
with an
Kristen
angle grinder.
organised these kind of chastity belts for us to wear, and we dress up as nuns and we choose a song and then we
Freak everyone out with angle grinders coming towards them.
Yeah. So
What kind of feedback do you get from people?
I think everyone's loved it so far.
yeah, everyone likes it.
Yeah, it's
Everyone's
different, yeah,
like,
see it in
is it
Perth."
scary? And we're like, not really. People use angle grinders every day, and it doesn't take a genius to use one.
So we've just finished shooting an interview back here with the guys.
The concept of the Church of Belligerence is for everyone just to get fucked.
And that'll obviously go, oh, I'm all dark. That'll obviously go live when you come and visit us at Blazing Swan. But before I sign it off, these guys have allowed me to show one shot of something that they're planning. So we're going to go and shoot that.
The Church of Belligerence is running a fundraiser on the 23rd of February. Be there. The Cult of Cantankerousness. It's going to be great.
An ancient Sumerian text once foretold of a church that would rise up from the ashes of a decayed and corrupt civilization, direct from the depths of a bloody mire, scalp hunter, refracting into radiant rainbows in your fucking skull, double think prism. The wretched harpy of psychedelic death, Moana. The priest of darkness and his zombie horde, the Bible bashers. DJs. The Church of Belligerence presents the Cult of Cantankerousness. Trigger!